Rajan, Professor Rachel, and Professor Chestman, and also the student coordinators of this workshop. I'm really delighted to be a part of this program, especially on happiness. I just want to look back just 7 years from this year, 2020. This happiness started with me almost in the year 2014 or in the mid of 2013. I was just pondering on my life, on my direction, where I am heading. Then I was inspired by happiness. I just started to collect information, material, research on what really happiness is all about, how it's going to make a difference in my life. So when I was teaching with Madras School of Social Work in the Department of Human Resource Management, formerly I was with the Department of Social Work. I started my career with the Madras School of Social Work in the year 2009. Then I moved on to Human Resource Management. Then I just discussed with my then HOD to take this happiness program to the public. Then my good friend Francis and then Professor Union, I took this, why don't we take this happiness to the public or to the common man? They said, what is there to take about the public rather than everyone knew about happiness? Then what is happiness? Happiness is to be happy. I said to my friends, no, that is not right at all. Happiness is not just happy. What is, if we just think in depth, what is actually happiness? To be, to smile, to laugh, to enjoy something. Again, I just countered my point of view and told them, no, that is not exactly happiness, my friend. I told, then what else do you think happiness is all about? Beyond that, beyond that, beyond that means, yes, it is beyond that. Can a person be happy without money? I asked them. They said no. Yes, there is possibility. Person can be happy without money. If the person is able to be happy without money or materialistic benefits, yes, happiness is possibility. There is possibility of happiness. Then everyone started to think, oh, this is what happiness is all about. Yes. Then we decided, then actually I decided to take this program to the public. Then we organized a program near EGMO, that is Madras School of Social Work. Then there was in 2016, there was a public program at Spencer Plaza, what is happiness and what we should understand about happiness. Why a human being is so concerned about, should be concerned about happy living, and what are the areas that we should see in our life? Are we really towards happiness, or we are in somewhere in a falsehood path, thinking or pretending that we are happy? All these things we started in. Then I was aspiring on happiness for many days, and it became an everlasting inspiration in my day-to-day life. I started writing quotes on happiness and posted to my friends in WhatsApp and Facebook. Then I used to discuss with my colleagues with the Madras School of Social Work. Then we found there what people think about happiness, what the common man thinks about happiness is entirely different. Or many of them are thinking that is, these are the things what they see is happy, but actually those things are not happy. For example, if you take, if happiness and pleasure are same, happiness and pleasure are same. If you give a cone ice cream or if you give a plate of sweet, yes, you relish that sweetness. For how many hours you will relish it? Probably 30 minutes. And after enjoying that sweet or the cone ice cream, then again if you get into the mode of sorrow or unhappy, then can you say that if by eating ice cream you were happy? It's not actually happy. that you are only enjoying the pleasure of ice cream, which was only temporary, which was only temporary. So like small difference we were able to find it out. And then
Sorry to interrupt, sir.
okay.
Can you be a little bit more louder, sir?
You want louder?
Yes, sir. This sounds fine.
Uh,
Thank you, sir.
can you able to hear me?
Yes,
Is this
sir.
voice okay?
Yes, sir. It is very clear now. Thank you so much.
So then we thought we worked on to differentiate happiness and the pleasurable things which are not actually happy. Actually, I designed a pamphlet, a simple notice, bit notice, and wrote all facets of happiness and distributed to public. I reached Auto Man. I distributed to them. I asked, what is happiness? If I have money, I'll be always happy. That's what one Auto Man told me. But the research on happiness also says, see, for example, you're working in an organization, you get a salary hike, then how long you'll be happy because of that salary hike, or how long you'll be happy because of the rise in income. One study says you'll be happy only for 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months. After that, the same sorrow, the same depression will come and hold you, or you will get into the mode of unhappiness. So we cannot say the money alone can make one person happy. Then it could be exactly what is actually happiness. There are so many research has been done on happiness, and there are so many definitions. But I have taken a very simple definition. If you take what is actually how we should see happiness and how we should view about happiness, let's say anything will give high life satisfaction. If you're satisfied in what you're doing, actually will give you everlasting happiness. Then, sir, what I'm doing is giving me happiness. We have to check it out. There are difference between happiness and being in a pleasurable activity. As I told you, eating cone ice cream or eating chicken biryani or delicious burger may keep you happy for 30 minutes. And after that, after 1 hour, probably you're a person or not living in a happiness lifestyle. You don't know what is really to be happy or being happy. Then what you have been enjoying, what you had enjoyed by eating ice cream is only a pleasure. It is only a pleasure. That means that was only temporary. After 30 minutes, it's gone, and you are again. Then happiness is exactly, totally, exactly, actually opposite. It is continuous. Even if you get burger, if you don't get tasty chicken burger or tangy chicken burger or any delicious food, still you can remain in the mode of life. That is what we say high life satisfaction. There was a nurse in England. She worked for a cancer ward, and she was a very active nurse, taking care of her patients so meticulously, so carefully, and she was rendering her duty to the core. Everyone were pleased with her duty and her service. And one fine day, she got an opportunity to work in a different ward. You know what this cancer ward is all about? The cancer patient, when they come for treatment, they vomit a lot. During the process of cancer treatment, they vomit. And you must see, I have not been to cancer ward. If any of you might have gone to the cancer ward, they know. The vomit would be such a foul smelling one. Nobody can bear it. A normal person, an unprofessional, cannot tolerate that smell of the vomit. This nurse was doing the job with absolute happiness. Even the patients who came there, was taken care so uh, with a high level of kindness by this nurse, lady nurse. Everyone was totally overwhelmed by her service. One day, one media person approached her. Madam, why are you working for this cancer ward? It is so foul smelling, so filthy job, highly stressful. You have to meet with the pale and weak cancer patients. Why don't you move to another department so you can enjoy your work? You know what this nurse said, what she replied? She said, I have high satisfaction in this job. When I collect the vomit of my patient, I get great satisfaction that I'm serving a sick person. You know, when the patient move out of the ward or when they after the treatment, when they go back to the house, they all pour a lot of blessings on this nurse. Oh, you've done a wonderful job. Even my parents would not have taken care like this, what you have done to me. They were so happy with her service. And many people, after going home, they write letters to this nurse appreciating her service. And the nurse said, although this job, you see, I have to collect vomit, I have to take care of this weak cancer patient, I find great satisfaction. Their blessing, their appreciation, what I get in this job is absolutely awesome, and I like it, and I would love to stay in the job. This is called life satisfaction. It is not the thing what you're doing, what you are involved day to day, but at most the thing which gives satisfaction will imply that you are a happy person. You may earn crores and crores of money. If there is no satisfaction in that, you're missing out something. Probably that is happiness. Or you may say, sir, I'm happy. That's what. You must know whether you are happy or you're just only enjoying the pleasure. Pleasure is only temporary. When situation changes, then you may miss out the pleasure again. You may get depressed or worry on something. But happiness will not change because you're living in the mode of satisfaction. Then if you see the definition of happiness, you can see the definition of happiness is say the state of mind. Yes. Sorry. Yes, I'm back to the line. Okay. Can I see the slides? Can I see the slides? Okay, sure. I'll improve the audio quality. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Can I see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Many people have defined happiness. As I said, it should give high life satisfaction. And another thing is about the mental state, your mind, your mindset. What kind of mindset you have? What kind of mental state you are living? For that, I can give you one wonderful example. Two young boys were waiting in the bus stand, waiting for a bus. Probably this is an Indian scenario. The bus did not arrive on time. These two boys were waiting, and bus did not arrive on time. And one of the boys got frustrated. Oh, this bus has not arrived, wasting my time. I have to go home, I have to take my lunch, and I have to do what my father says, and started grumbling inside. And another person did not grumble, did not complain about the situation that bus is being late. Instead of that, he opened his bag, took his book, one of the novels which he used to read, and got a place, settled down in a place near the bus stop, and started reading. And one person was grumbling, another person started reading a book. Time went on, 30 minutes. This person was able to complete 7 pages of that book. Actually, he was enjoying. Another person who was complaining actually became tired, and later the bus arrived. Both of them got into the bus and went to the bus. If you analyze the situation, both the boys A and B were the same situation, but one was able to utilize that time. One was able to utilize the time usefully and took it in a positive mode. He was able to actually take advantage of that time wastage and started reading a book. Another person started complaining. If you analyze the situation carefully, the mindset, their mental stability, how they see the things. In Indian situation, our bus won't come on time. We know that. But how one person took that situation, how did another person perceive that situation? One person was totally disturbed and totally discouraged. He was in despair. So the bus hasn't come on time. Another person who was also facing the same problem was able to find another interest reading the book until the bus arrived, and later he was getting to the bus. So everybody faced the problem. Everybody maybe in a problematic situation or in a disadvantaged situation. But how you see things is very important. It is in your hand. A person who believes in happiness principle will take the things advantageous to himself or herself. Persons who are not in that happiness principle, they may complain, they may blame the situation, they may curse the situation, and that is the difference between a happy person and person who is not in the happiness principle mode. And the next thing about happiness is we should understand the reality of the world. If you're going to understand the reality or what is the truth behind every situation, you will not worry. You will not worry. The thing is, many of the time, we don't understand what is happening around us. We don't get into the bottom line and find out what is happening, why this is happening. Instead of that, we start worrying. For example, we are all living in India. If I ask you a question, how many of you desire government job? In India, there are 130 billion people. Almost all the people will put their hand up, I want government job. But what is the reality? Can 130 billion people get into the government organization? No. If you ask a person, why are you not into the government job? Oh, I'm looking for a government job. I will get it. If you don't get it, oh, my life is doomed. My philosophical question is, are you born in this world only to get a government job? There is no other opportunity. You don't turn your eyes and head around to look for an opportunity and make your life meaningful and interesting. What is the reality of our country? If I ask you this question, what is India is all about? You may say in one answer. Our country has a lot of social problems. We have overpopulation, we have illiteracy, we have ignorance, we have corrupted politicians, we are talking about in recent day nepotism. All these things are around us. How do you expect perfect thing can happen to you? If you take my situation, I'm totally qualified. I'm 100% qualified for a government job. But this country hasn't given me government job. But I don't worry on that. I don't worry on that. Because I know the reality of this country. I know the reality of our state. I know the reality of our politicians. If you're going to understand the real situation, what is happening, you will not worry. Many times people worry. Many times people are unhappy because they think we are living in a perfect world. This is not a perfect world, my friend. You should understand this is a world of injustice. Probably you may be the victim, or I may be the victim in a one or other situation. Only the situation differs. So we understand the situation. Okay, this is happening to me not because I'm not qualified for a government job. It is happening. The system is like that. The system is corrupted. People may not get opportunity. So let me look into the other opportunities and go on in my path of living. You go to the interview. You go to the interview, and you're all, I think most of the participants are youngsters, I think so. You go and attend an interview. Probably, if you're not selected in that job, what would be your mindset? Many people would be dejected. They say, "Oh, I'm not even fit to get a job." For 2 continuous years, I studied MSW or MBA, any course, but my parents paid a hefty amount as fees. But today, I am unable to get a job. That should not be the mindset. But you should understand the reality. Why that organization haven't selected you? See, I was a interviewer. I was in the selection panel of UCO Bank, it's a famous bank, UCO Bank, as a probationary officer. For selecting the probationary officer, I selected 300 probationary officers. During the interview, I was sitting with the panel. I rejected so many smart people. Smart people, those who are clever, those who are brilliantly answered our question, they were rejected. You know why they were rejected? The panel decided his capacity is so high, his potential is so high, probably may not suit for a bank job. If you bring that person into the job, he is like a fish out of water. So let us not select that person. He may go out and find a superior job in the field of software or any innovative job. He may shine. That was our tendency. So the panel did not select that person, or we did not select that person, not because he is unfit or not because he is unable to answer our question. He was not fit for that kind of organization. If you know that reality, you will not worry. Oh, I am a capable person. Probably that organization did not select me since because I am too qualified. That is what is happening around you. Why you are not getting something? Why you are not able to achieve in life, or why good things, certain things, I won't say good things, certain things are not happening. Probably this is the reality. If you understand the reality, then you will know. So this is what the main happiness definition is all about. This is what I'm sharing with you in terms of happiness definition. You should select a work, you should select a job, or you should involve in an activity which gives high life satisfaction. Then your mental state, your mindset should be very, very positive. Take everything to your advantage. Convert it into a useful one. Then you'll be happy. How that person waiting in the bus stand, he took his book and started reading. He did not waste time. He was not blaming buses late. My things are getting delayed. He did not blame the situation. He was only taking advantage of that disadvantageous situation. So this is what we have to do, and also understand the reality. What is your family? Many people may say, "Oh, I'm not born and brought up in a very rich family. Otherwise, I could have achieved that level or this level. Or my parents don't have money, or I don't have infrastructure." Okay, You need not worry on that. What your family can give. With that support, try to raise up. Try to uh, find a way. That is what is all about happiness. So you understand this world is a place of injustice. You understand life is difficult. You understand we have problem in life. Then you will not worry. Why many people worry on many things? They say bad things are happening only to them. Now that is not a truth. There are almost every people who are still alive in this planet Earth are suffering with one or other bad thing. You may wonder, cinema stars are very happy people. They have beautiful late model cars. They have lot of money. Then I will put forward you one question. Why Shukman Singh Rajput, a famous actor who acted like MS Dhoni, should suicide? Or why he should be self-destructive? Why he died? If you say he has everything, he lacks happiness. He suffered depression. He was unable to come out of it. So that is a primary reason. We should understand the reality where we are living. Next slide, please. See, now here I am putting forward a question. Does happiness give health? Before I just substantiate the points on regarding happiness and health, first of all, let us know what is health. Do you think 6 feet tall and 90 kg person is a happy person? Sorry, are a healthy person? If you check the definition, wonderful definition, you can check the book called Park and Park. They say well-being in physical, mental, and spiritual. You should be healthy enough in three states. One is physical, your body. Your body also should be healthy. Your mental capacity should be healthy, and also spiritual. Spirituality also implies to happiness. If you check the other slides, I have also included, is there any connection between weight loss and happiness? Yes, yes, there is weight loss. Nowadays, our India is experiencing obesity, overweight. People nowadays, since our economy is growing, people are affordable to tasty foods, affordable to luxurious life. So bodily exercises, bodily efforts are diminishing. So what if you're going to be inactive person, if you're not going to be active in day-to-day life, obviously your body weight is going to add up. So that is the problem our country is facing, and that is going to be a very predominant issue. As young people, it is our audience. You should understand your body weight should be controlled. If you are able to maintain your body weight or in a very stable manner, that also gives happiness. If your body weight is going to be too much, that itself creates a guilty feeling that you may not speak of. That it will be inherent, it will be hidden inside and create a feeling that you're not fit enough, that you're not worthy enough. So I am not capable of doing it. All negative feelings start developing. So the weight loss and health is equal to happiness. Or happiness can give you good health and weight loss. Many people, even I was an overweight person. I started doing exercise and maintaining certain diet. I was able to control my weight. If you check certain people, they say, "Sir, I'm trying a lot of methods in weight loss, but I'm unable to reduce my kg. I'm unable to maintain my weight." I used to talk with them, what kind of food you, sir, I eat only less oil food. Okay. Then I started eating a lot of vegetables. Okay. I started doing exercise. Then if I check properly, what is the problem? Why their weight is not getting reduced? Most people would be dwelling in stress. If you're a stressed person, there are certain hormones you might have heard about: corticosteroid, adrenaline. and certain hormones called dopamine that increases your blood sugar. And totally you lose focus because you're not unable to keep your mind totally happy, free from negative thoughts. You are loaded with so many stress that is not allowing you to focus on diet and exercise to reduce the body. So to maintain your body weight or to lose weight, first of all, you should be happy. You should allow the happy hormones like again dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin to release. If you take serotonin, it is very good for memory. Many people will say, "What did you eat?" Well, sir, I forgot sir, what I ate in the afternoon. If you check deeply, he would have taken 5 parotas without minding that will add weight because of the stress. The memory did not function. He totally forgot that he is in diet or she is in diet. They would have taken that weight giving food because the serotonin is not secreted. That is the serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin are called happy hormones. You know how these happy hormones are secreted? If you are happy, it is secreted. Again, it says when you are going to do exercise, when you're going to run, when you're going to do some high intensity exercises, these happy hormones are activated. You feel happy. You become focused. Oh, I am on weight reduction process. Let me focus. Within this month, I have to reduce 5 kg. So you will be focused. At last, you will achieve the goal. So health, then exercise that relates to your body, and your body is obviously connected to happiness. There is also one factor called BMI, probably you know, body mass index. That means your body weight should be converted into kg, and square root of your height, that is in meters, that is body mass divided by your height in meters square, then your age. You just check it out. There is also a calculator called a BMI calculator that is available in Google, internet. You can check out. You can just enter your body weight and height, and it will tell you what is the appropriate right weight you should. Then you check it out. Are you in the right weight or you're overweight? If you're not in the right weight, don't worry. Start working. Happiness also says initiate a program for your life. Okay, I'm overweight. Okay, it's not a problem at all. You can reduce it. But the problem is when you will develop guilt is only when you're not initiating or beginning a program to address that problem. You just begin. You begin, initiate. You can initiate anything in your life. You can join a gym because you have initiated an activity, or you have begun, or you started addressing that issue, or join a group of friends where you can go for a walk, where you can all exercise and do the workout together. Anything you started initiating that day first. When you begin, the moment you started, you will find happiness. You know what is our mindset says? Okay, I'm addressing that. When you're depressed, when you're not beginning or when you're not initiating or starting to address that issue, that lies beneath your heart as a guilt. Oh, what I'm doing? I'm adding weight. Oh, I'm eating junk food. So keep on blaming, but what is the step you are taken to address that? So one of the important factors of happiness is any person who begins, who starts addressing the problem itself is into the principle, or she's into the light of happiness. So don't just go by what your friends say. Don't ask your friends, am I overweight or am I in correct shape? You go and check your weighing machine, stand on the weighing machine and see the BMI. That is called reality. Our mind is one of the most shadowy and the most cheating, and most highly deceptive one, our mind. Our mind is a very funny one. A funny thing that we should all understand. You know how our mind works? See, when you are in a group, there was a scientist, psychologist. They conducted an experiment. How group behavior influenced people. You know, there were 50 subjects were taken. In that, researcher conducted one test, telling that 20 plus 10 is 30. We all know, right? 20 plus 10, 30. That researcher sent his assistants into the group, and those assistants, they took a seat nearby the audience, and the question was put forward to them. Okay, audience, please listen. What is 20 plus 10? These people knew very well 20 plus 10 is 30. But the assistants were seated among this audience. They started floating an idea. Hey, 20 plus 10 is not 30, it is 40. That is a tricky question that person is posing. You all say 20 plus 10 is 40. The group started believing what this person was saying, and it started spreading to every member in that every participant was seated as a group. And you know what they replied? Sir, 20 plus 10 is 40, sir. You know our mind, how it works. Because our mind is influenced by what others say, what the group says, what the majority says. You students, or many of the students, the professors or professionals who are seated there, you know that. We are influenced by group. Why our mind is not working with rationality? Our mind is not working. 20 plus 10 is 30. That should be the answer, right? What made you to say that 20 plus 10 is 40? The group. Your mind listened to the group. That is why our mind will keep on confusing it. We should believe in reality. We should think. We should apply our rationality that I'm going to come here. How we should apply that. That will give you happiness. Knowing the truth itself will give you happiness. Hey, my friends are saying that I'm not overweight. No, that you may be pretending. But if you check the way, the truth says yes, you're overweight. Then accepting the truth will make you a happy person. Okay, you know I'm overweight. Let's start reducing. Okay, I do not sing very well. I have some mistakes. I know what is the error. Let me correct my singing. I know the answers, the paragraph, what I wrote is full of grammatical mistakes. Let me correct it. If you are able to understand the error, then you are a happy person. But if you are thinking it is correct, but inside there are a lot of mistakes, you are in a gray area, that is where depression and shock occurs. See, there is also, I want to address happiness and relationship. Now, you take family life. Why there is a lot of divorce? Why people fight with each other? Why people are not unable to maintain the happy state of mind forever? You know, in US, divorce rate is going high. That is not a surprising news. US is famous for divorce. It is surprising for a country like India, where we believe in joint family lifestyle. We believe in a traditional family lifestyle. We are born and brought up in a situation where husband and wife live together and raise children, give importance to family values. Why it is happening also in our country? That is a cultural change. That is what the world is changing. You know, you may be a rich person, but if you are unable to live in good relationship, only you are a happy person, you can maintain a good relationship. That is also our mind confuses. You know how our brain works. You should understand that also. Brain functioning, understanding the brain functioning also will keep you as a happy person. Oh, this is how my brain is working. It is trying to cheat me. Let me check it out. There are so many parts in the brain, but I would like to put two parts to you: amygdala and neocortex. I repeat, There are two important parts in our brain called amygdala and neocortex. What is this amygdala? It's an almond-shaped part. It is, if it is through MRI scan, we can see the part. That is called emotional center of our brain. It is also called a threat center. See, when you are working in a kitchen, you're working in a gas stove. After a few moments, you find there is a huge spread of fire, smoke coming. Immediately, you will run away from the place, or immediately you will go and bring a bucket of water and try to extinguish it, or try to reduce the flame. What made you to take that step? This amygdala signals your body. There is some threat happening to you, my friend. There is a fire around you. Please run away. That is giving the signal. It is good in that way. But this amygdala will also give some negative signals. That is why people get into emotional problems. For example, you're traveling in a public bus, correct? You're traveling in a public bus. You come across a pitch dark person. Some or other way, you just strike a fight with him. He's a very dark complexion person. You start fighting with him. Then you had a very bitter experience and you walk out of the bus. Now you're going to your home. On the way, you find a similar person with dark complexion, the same person you fought in the bus. Immediately your mind, this amygdala will say your enemy is coming. Probably the person you fought in the bus is not the same person you see him in the street. But he is dark. He may be your close uncle also. When you see that person, your amygdala will give the signal, oh, your enemy is coming. Then if you think for a while, if you take few moments, allow your brain or allow your neocortex to work for a few minutes, then you know, okay, this is a different person. But if you don't allow the neocortex to think for a while, you go only by the signals of amygdala. There is a problem. This is how our brain functions. This is how our brain functions. So the happiness also relates to how you understand your brain. See you as a human being. Understand your body parts, how it functions. This understanding is not seen in many husband and wife who have started their family. We call it as emotional flooding. If husband asks for a coffee, his wife says, "Please give me 2 minutes. I'll get a coffee." This person blood rise up. Oh, I am your husband. I asked coffee. How dare you say, "Please give me 2 minutes"? You should have supplied me immediately. Right? I'm your husband. How can you? Hey, she asked, "Just give me 2 minutes." Why are you listening to only amygdala? Why don't you give her some time? Probably she would be washing clothes. She would be washing other. You should be in the kitchen washing utensils. That is why she asked 2 minutes. But this person only gone by the signal of amygdala, telling that a woman, a lady insulted you, did not provide coffee the moment you asked. How dare she can do it? You just apply to neocortex. So the brain first sends the signals to the amygdala. Then it passes on to neocortex. That is where thinking happens. That is where I'm talking about rationality. You think what is right, what is wrong. You judge what is right, what is not right. Then you think for a while, why she said like that? Give me 2 minutes. Oh, she's washing clothes. That is why she wants some time for me to wait, and so that she can get me a cup of coffee. If it's not allowing this neocortex to work, only allowing the amygdala, then the fighter. How dare you? You're not giving coffee to me. This is what your parents taught you. Why you become my wife? And problems. It can happen the other way around. Probably wife may call that And he says, probably he would have promised that today is our marriage wedding day. I will come by 7. Unfortunately, in his company, manager would have made him to stay a little bit late in the office, and the wife would have called him, and he would have replied saying that, okay, I'm late in the office because my manager wants me to stay here for an assignment, for a very important assignment. This lady misunderstood. Oh, you're deliberately doing it. Whenever I call you, this was happened last time also. And this time also you're repeating. She goes by amygdala. She goes by her amygdala. If she would have applied her neocortex, allowing her signal to go beyond amygdala and think for a while, take a deep breath, think for a while, why am I unsensitive? Oh, he has joined a new company. He already told me his manager is a very strict person. He wants performance. He would have done it. Let me check it. Then the anger, then the emotional flooding subsidize. This is how our brain functions. Many of the time, we don't allow it. If you are able to apply this neocortex, then the happiness will be part of your life. You'll be happy. Okay, no problem. Because of your manager, I understand the situation. You are unable to join dinner for our wedding day. No problem. Let's go. It is common, it is natural. Our blood will rise up only if we listen to amygdala. Amygdala is good. At the same time, it also confuses our mind. So understand how your brain functions, how your mind functions, and you can be a happy person. Then there is one more thing I want to address to be a happy person. You should be aware about what is happening around you, and consciously you should follow what you're speaking, what you are saying, why are you behaving like this. There should be some consciousness. People many times they regret later without collecting information. Without collecting information. I want to share an anecdote and story. A father took 3 children to a park. The 3 kids were aged around 6, 8, and 10. These children started playing. While they were playing, slowly they raised the noise. Actually, they're disturbing the people who are seated in the park. These children again raised their noise. This situation happened in England. English people, they don't like a disturbing environment. They come to park to relax, quiet, silence. They want that. But these 3 children, totally disturbing noises. They were shouting, running, screaming, and screaming at high tenor, high voice. This father was just watching without controlling the children. The people seated in the park, they got pissed off. They got totally taken aback. They came to the father. Hello, mister, can you control your children? They are shouting wildly. They're shouting to the floor. They are unable to read our books and papers. We cannot sit here in peace. Please control your children. The father called the children. Please don't shout. Play calmly. He gave that instruction. Again, he was in a very doomed state. Again, the children listened for a while and started making noise and make the situation funny and arousing one. Again, the crowd did not tolerate. The people who came to the park walked to the father again and started complaining with more vigorous. Are you going to control your children, mister? They're totally disturbing me. The father again called the children and said in a same polite voice, children, don't shout, you're disturbing me. Then third time, they were furiously outraged. They came to the father. Mister, we cannot talk. Please ask your children to calm down. Otherwise, we are going to control your children. The father what replied? Madam, I know my children are uncontrollable. From where they are coming? They're coming straight away from their mother's funeral. They're coming straight away from the graveyard where their mother was buried today, right? Just 2 hours before. All the crowd, the people around the crowd, they were surprised. They were shocked. They felt, some people felt ashamed. Oh, this young children lost their mother. Yes, that is why the emotions they unable to control. That is why they're shouting. They're unable to be polite. That is the reason, madam. That is why they're playing in a very wild manner. Then the same crowd told the children, okay, you can enjoy, you can shout, because you lost your lovable mother. We can understand your state of mind. But why this understanding did not happen before? Because they didn't collect any information. They did not collect any information about why the child behaved like that, why the children were playing outrageously. They were lack of information to decide whether to shout at the children or not to shout. Previously, they were shouting. They did not like the children's playing. But now they are saying, yes, let the children play. Let them make as much of shouting they want, because they lost them. How their mind changed? Because lack of information, lack of the situation. So first you try to collect the situation before you get angry, before you become, before you want to take some heavy step or very strong action. Collect the information. Then you can be a happy person. Many people make the mistake. We don't have information. We don't collect. We don't bother to get what is behind. We don't make effort. Then immediately, oh, I seen that person. We see what our eyes show to you. We go by our eyes. If you see by eyes, it goes to amygdala without going to neon cortex. They make this one. That is why many people are many times they are sad because of the wrong decisions they are making. So let us be conscious what you are speaking, why you are behaving, why we should shout. Is the shouting is necessary? Is my shouting or my anger going to correct the person? If the certain communication but person are not going to understand, there is no point of you to shout at them or to be angry at all. See how many times the crowd told the children to calm down, because the children were in that mental state cannot control themselves because they lost the most valuable possession, their mother. So how can they control? Only the people who are in stable state, they can control themselves. Sometimes we need not control others, we can control ourselves. The things will subsidize. Then if you're able to understand this truth, then you can be a happy person. Then the other things I want to address. Invest time for yourself. I don't know in India how many of you are doing it. You should. Before all, you want to be a happy person. How are you preparing yourself for future? Invest in your time. Try to correct your gray area. Some people are totally worried about future. Oh, I am in this job now. I'm just earning only 50,000. When the next 5 years, this job will be at my hand, or I maybe lose the job. You may lose the job, don't worry. But have you upgraded yourself? Probably next 5 years, there may be another technology, other software skills, other soft skills the organization may demand. Why don't you join a course? Why don't you take up a course? Why don't you join an academy and upgrade? If you start beginning to upgrade your skills, invest in your time for your improvement, you will not be a sad person. You will not be a warrior. You will feel happy. Yes, I've taken some steps. I've initiated to correct my gray areas. I've initiated to correct myself. I have begun to reform myself. I'm going to improve. Then you'll find happiness. Many people keep on blaming you. It's going to after 5 years, I may lose the job because I don't have the skill. Hey, what is going to happen? You keep on saying, complaining. Why haven't you taken any steps? Probably you may be weak in English and you may say to others, I'm not good in English. I don't speak. I mean, take effort. Start reading newspaper. Join an academy. Go for tuition. Definitely you can. See, our again understanding the brain function is very important. Our brain is like our bodily muscles. If you go to gym and work out, you see so many cine actors, they will be very plump without muscles. Then they go to work and gym. And after 6 months, they come with the 8 packs or 6 packs and body. How is that happen? They work. They work out. They work out. Even a comedy actor or a well-built actor nowadays, irrespective of their acting skills, they can build body. You know whom I'm talking about. But as you go and work in the gym, how your body gets into shape, brain is also same. If you're going to practice, if you're going to step to improve, then it will slowly start changing. Then automatically the happy hormones like dopamine, serotonin start secreting, you'll be a happy person. Then as I was talking about spiritual aspects of the life is also very important. What is the purpose in your life? Why are you doing this job? Many people say, "Oh, I want to earn money. I want to build house." Okay, good. Let us be also philosophical. Philosophical aspects also very important for happiness. You're going only you're born in this world just to build a house, to earn salary and die away. What is the meaning in life? Okay, we we were born and brought up with the support of our parents or our kids and kids. Now we have achieved certain level. Are we contributing back? That is what I want to go back to the previous point in this definition of happiness. Life, high life satisfaction. What are you contributing? What you are doing to others? Oh, sir, I'm not Mother Teresa. I'm not Anna Hazare. Do you think I'm a Gandhi? You need not be. You want happiness. You want to be a happy person, free from disease. You have to contribute back to the society or community. In Japan, people live longer. They average, Okinawa is the place in Japan, they average uh, life years are around 100 to 100. They study in a book, Ikigai, a lady studied, Hector studied why the Japanese were able to live longer life. They studied, they found out those people involved in community activity. The person who is around 80 years will go out of the house. If a next person is building a house, he will go and help them. He is almost 80 years old. He's staying at home. He's staying at home. Nobody is going to ask him why are you staying, why are you idle. No, because he has all the right to be idle or stay inactive because he has become older. He or she has become older. But they did not take that as an advantage and led inactive life. That old person in Japan went out and they saw a neighbor is building a house. They voluntarily participated in building the house, like picking up the brick, applying cement, painting the house, saying, I will contribute. So, by contributing at the age of 80, people start loving back. In our India, what is happening? We degrade elders. We just demean them. We contempt them. We disrespect elders. Some people I have also heard, why are you living? Die away, man. They have shouted at the elders. Elders are abused. Old age abuse are there. Because this elderly people, they didn't find any meaning in life because they're not trained to live in a community life. They want to always separate themselves. But Japan is happening other way around. They go out, they get involved in community activities, keep themselves happy, find meaning, helping others. This is what elderly people in Japan doing that they were able to live longer. And also I heard an interesting fact, they also eat less. They take small plates and eat very little. Because when days goes by, they're becoming mature or becoming older, our body doesn't require too much of it. Only our mind says it is tasty, tasty, but our body doesn't require. You eat nutritious, very little. So you are get ready for the next meal. You feel happy. So Japanese people, they take a lot of fruits. In our Indian society, people should adapt to that kind of culture. Even I was a non-veg lover. I eat a lot of non-veg. I learned it. Now I'm taking fruits. See, before I preach, I have to practice that. Take fruits. Those young people, they sit together, all 16, 7. There is also community center for these older people in Japan. They don't stay at home. They go. They're maintained by the government. They have a very lucky government. They go inside that center. They sit. They sing karaoke songs. They play chess. They play card games. Because they say, when I am with others, I'm motivated to live long. If you're isolated, if you're going to live at loneliness, because loneliness has become another social problem. In spite of illiteracy, in spite of ignorance, in spite of overpopulation, loneliness has become another big issue. People want to lead a very individualistic lifestyle, not to be interdependent on others, very self-centered. One fine day they lose friends. Then they listen to only amygdala. Wherever they maintain relationship, they fight, they break up. Nobody comes to them. They are put into a loneliness. Slowly, this loneliness is converted to depression. This depression is converted to the high blood pressure. High blood pressure leads to disease. They die before they attain a reasonable age. That's what I. But you live together. Community living is very important. That is why if going to gym is one of the good activities. Meeting friends, form a social service group. Go and help. 2015, I developed this habit when Chennai flood. When Chennai was afflicted by flood, I used to go along with my students and Rajan other adopted. I was also from a very sophisticated family background, but I started doing it. It was a lot of pressure. Then from that day onwards, still I'm involved in community. Apart from my teaching, apart from writing, I have two children and one boy, and I used to go to a community. I work. There's a place called Mangala. I work with those people. I help them. I help them to get job. I help them to educate. I give a lot of life coping skills, provide them ration. I find great satisfaction. Saturdays, Sundays, holiday to only other professors. Saturday and Sunday are not holiday to me. I don't have holiday, but I find great happiness. I can able to adopt my life to this situation. So involve yourself in community activities and also invest time for yourself. Investing time, even the Warren Buffett, keep on investing. He also advises people to invest time for yourself. You know, Bill Gates, the richest person, he used to take break off from his official work, go to a calm place, pick up a lot of books, start reading, and he gains new knowledge. New knowledge. He sends new material into his central nervous system. Get updated. So nobody can cheat Bill Gates. He never makes wrong. He makes the wrong decision because he's totally upgrading. What is the latest aspect about climate change? What is aspect about COVID? If others are not safe, we are not safe. That is all about COVID. How COVID, how coronavirus spread. He gains knowledge. He improves himself and he's helping others. And now he has adopted Nigeria, where the country is affected with polio virus. Now he's spending his almost huge amount of his profit from Microsoft for the reduction of polio disease. See how he's changed his life into meaningful activity. He's not aiming to become a trillionaire. He said, I have become world's richest person and I was totally happy. Now is the time to give back. He says, I find great pleasure. Now he doesn't go to the company to work. Satya Nadella is the Indian CEO taking care of the Microsoft. He goes to Nigeria. He travels along with his wife, Melinda Gates. And he's totally aimed to reduce the polio. He's finding meaning. Still, he says, that is these are the activities pushing me to live longer. That is what motivation in life. So invest time in yourself. Get yourself in community activity. If you're a Christian, go to church, get into community activity. If you're a Hindu, go to the temple, get into the community activities there. If you're a Muslim, join a group of Muslim brothers and start doing community activities. Spend few hours, you will find the happiness is sustainable in you. Then there is another important thing. What I personally felt in my life is first try to complete what and all stuff in the life, and then enjoy the later time. This is, I think, more suitable. If you take people living from people suffering poverty, they do other way around. They enjoy first, then regret later. If you take, why are you jobless? Sir, during my school days, I never went to school, sir. I was playing around, I was enjoying. See, today, I'm enjoying. There are some friends who sincerely studied, struggled, now they are enjoying them. You can apply that in your personal life also. It is like eating a chocolate cone ice cream. First, you eat the ice cream, and then you wait for the bottom layer of the chocolate. You don't eat the first the bottom layer of the chocolate in that cone. You eat the ice cream, then you wait for it. Likewise, do what and all stuff, what is required, what is important in life. That mindset, that mode itself will give you abundant happy because you're doing something important in life which is relevant. Some people used to worry sometimes when they are better. Hey, what I'm doing here? It is not at all relevant to me. I'm wasting time. You worry. But if you're doing something important, if you're doing which is really relevant to your life, then you will feel happy. Yes, I'm improving. I'm working now. Tomorrow, I will enjoy that result. I will yield. I will enjoy the yield. I will enjoy the fruit of this benefit. That is our mindset. Learning from failure and growing by experience is also very important. I used to teach my children, you have to fail. You need not take first rank. Some of you maybe curse me, what a kind of father are you, sir? Doesn't want your children. Because my children are not capable of first rank. I know that. But they are capable of other things. I know that. Only encouraging him to make attempt. Only when you fail, you learn. Why people they don't they regret later? Hey, I could have played keyboard, man. I could have played guitar. I could have sang a song. I could have become a podcast speaker. I could have written a book. Because you are only many people they worried about failure. If I make an attempt, I'll fail. Let us not fail. Let me in a safe boat and spend my life. No, may not be. You can. You can make an attempt. That's the difference between Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli. Have you heard about a player called Vinod Kambli? In 1996, he was doing excellent job. He was a great test player, scoring double hundred. At that time, Sachin Tendulkar have not scored any double hundred. Then tell me who is the top player? Vinod Kambli. But where is Vinod Kambli now? Where is Sachin Tendulkar? That Vinod Kambli did not improve himself, did not learn from the failure. Whenever the bowler bowled him a short pitch ball, he is a very weak puller. He cannot play the hook shot. So the bowlers found out the trap. Whenever Vinod Kamble gets into batting, the captain will go and tell into the ears of the bowler, hey, now Vinod Kamble is batting, you bowl in short pitch, you can get him. If you bowl short pitch, immediately you'll give a catch. But they also tried the same trick with Tendulkar. If you bowl a short ball, one time the receiver failed. He learned from the mistake. The next time they did the same trick, he sent the ball to six. He sent the ball to six because he learned it. Vinod Kamble did not do it. He was keep on hitting that shot, error and error. He did not improve from his failure. Then now he's lost his position in the Indian cricket team. So you learn from the mistake. That's very important. How can you learn from? How can we learn from a mistake? Only when you make an attempt, right? Only make an effort, you become failure. So there is nothing called failure. I was talking about Bill Gates. We all see as the richest person on earth. Yes, true. But he has failed. Trombone is an instrument given to him. He did not play that instrument very well. His father's senior case said when a musical instrument was given to Bill Gates, he was unable to play. And he had a childhood problem. He did not have very good friends. He was not moving along with other children. And he did not like chess. Many times if he plays chess, he will lose the game. Yes, but now he has become a rich person. So he says, all the failures made me a good leader. If you're going to see failure where I'm going, and then you will be always happy. Oh, why I should fail? You will not worry why I should fail. You will not worry. Only if I fail, I'm growing. So you will invite failures in your life. That means when failures comes to you, when you become a failure, you are growing. Yeah? Obviously, it's equivalent to happy person. That is how we should have a mindset, I believe. I think almost I taken 1 hour 45 minutes. So I want to take some questions too. Let me go for a quick recap. As I said, happiness is all about find out which gives you high life satisfaction. It may be a writing, poetry, reading, cooking. Even doing small things will activate your happy hormones, make you a happy person. You can wash your utensils, you can wash your plates and tumblers. Bill Gates does it, you know. After dinner, he takes the plate. A richest man on earth, my friend. You want to check it in the internet, you can check it. Does Bill Gates wash his plates and tumblers? You put it in the internet, sir is making on exaggerating things. No, he takes his plates and tumblers and wash it off, place it in the shelf. He is doing simple chores, simple domestic household work makes him happy. Try something different new. You may be good in music, okay, try bakery, learn bakery. You may be good in bakery, try writing. Who said, oh, writing will not come, or bakery will not come, or I cannot go to gym? Only you are fixing a limit for yourself. That is, I already told you, this mind is allowing you to not moving forward. So I have come to the end of the session. I want to take some questions, so we can go. Thanks for your patient listening. Keep it up.
Thank you so much for that amazing session, sir. I request the participants to post their questions for the Q&A session. So we have a question here. Can you give us few tips on how to keep happiness alive even when we are going through something rough or low in our life?
How to keep happiness alive, correct?
Yes, sir.
How to sustain happiness forever.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All these principles, what I shared, is still to sustain. For example, failure makes a person unhappy. Now I made it a point. Failure doesn't make the person unhappy. You're learning. If failure comes in the life of Bill Gates, why not in our life? We only when you make this, some people say, "Hey, I never failed in my life. Whatever I'm doing with the success means that person have not made attempt or made an effort to learn anything new. You are so safe and secure and inactive lifestyle. Only when you make an attempt a new thing, you will fail, you will learn, you grow. That's what I told you the example of Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar failed. He cannot. He was out for many times when he tried to play that hook shot or that pull shot. Then he improved it. He understood it's a failure. Then he found happiness. That's good. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. The next question is peace related to happiness?
Can you come back?
Yes, sir. Is peace related to happiness?
Which?
Peace.
Can you explain happiness, success and happiness? I'll go for that question, success and happiness.
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
See, my question is, I want to put back, is all successful people are happy? Is all successful people are happy? You take Jeff Bezos, richest person again. If he is a happy person, why he should divorce his wife? Then he didn't maintain the relationship. But he is a successful person. Amazon. Everyone would have come across Amazon. We are buying products from Amazon. That is what. Being successful doesn't mean that person can be happy. But happy person can find their own success. Can find their own success. There is one small shop in Japan, sushi. Sushi means a very tasty delicacy made out of fish. That is the most relished delicacy in Japan. That is a very small shop. If that person had decided to take it as a big outlet like McDonald's, probably he would have established more than crores outlets like McDonald's around the world. But that person said, I don't want to establish chain of restaurants. I don't want to start any branches. I will have only small shop. Let me do perfect service to my customer. I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I may not become a rich person. I'm not bothered about it. But I'm giving a very tasty sushi, very quality sushi, which might make the customer to come back again and again. Let me do that job. So according to that happy person, success is defined. We cannot allow others to define the success. Well, my question is, if the world is capable of defining your success, the world can make a mark only if you have 1,000 crores, you are successful. Is there anything like that? That means Gandhi had 1,000 crores in his pocket, Jesus Christ had 1,000 crores, Mother Teresa had 1,000 crores in his pocket, in her pocket. Nothing. My simple question to this world is, what is their capability to define success? Only you should define success based on it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. It was an insightful session. I request you to give the concluding remarks for the session. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can I request you to give the concluding remarks for the session, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Rajan sir, we are waiting for a concluding remark from your end.
Okay. I have to conclude, right? Yeah. I appreciate this wonderful program. I appreciate the Department of Social Work, Self-Financing, the Institute, Madras School of Social Work. I appreciate Principal Dr. Rajan for initiating such program. Then Dr. Francis, instrumental in organizing such a wonderful program. And my former colleagues, Professor Diamond Rachel, and Professor Cheshman, and the students for done a wonderful job. I really thank you all for giving me an opportunity to share my views and also acknowledging my writing, my book, Tiger is Grass. goat, its meat. It's available in Amazon. You can check. Thanks for this wonderful opportunity. I thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you.